Hello everybody. I am here for the second video of the day. It is going to be going over the objection to accounting. This was filed October 2nd. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to go over all the documents that I had missed while I was studying for and taking the bar exam. To my understanding, there have been at least 3, maybe like 5 or 6 documents that have been filed in the Britney Spears conservatorship case. I did just now end a different live where I was going over the withdrawal of the petition to appoint Andrew Wallet again as co-conservator. Seems like Jamie and Andrew realized that that was not going to turn out well for them to have Andrew Wallet come back, and so they went ahead and pretty much just gave up before they ever even made the argument. Now, this document that I do have open here is a different document, and it is a report. It's called a report of court-appointed counsel. That means Sam Ingham, and he's just making statements is what this report is. It's him saying certain things to the judge. And you can't just sort of talk to a judge in lawsuits. You have to kind of put everything that you say to a judge kind of on the record so that the other side can see what you're saying, just so that it's fair, whatever. So this is just like a pretty common court like thing that you might see in probates, stuff like that. So what I anticipate that we are going to see in this document is Sam Ingham saying he's going to object to certain things from the accounting that was filed. Now, if you remember, who files these accounting reports? It is Lou Taylor's business management firm called TriStar Sports and Entertainment. If you also remember, Mitchell Martin had worked for TriStar Sports and Entertainment as the president for several years and reported on several websites that he was president. That is a financial management firm that Lou Taylor also has ties to, but also that a substantial amount of Britney Spears' money is in. So I'm assuming, and this is just my assumption, that Sam Ingham is kind of starting to figure out, hold on, there's some shady stuff going on around here, and we're going to really need to object to these accounting reports. Now, this is what we're about to read now. Again, I suspect that's what we're going to find, because that's so funny. Let's see, Jen O'Neill said, I'm making kick-ass udon noodle stir-fry, and this live is the perfect way to spend the cooking time. That's so funny. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I said that this is, what I anticipate we're going to see here, because I have not had a chance to read this document. I do think I've seen some excerpts from it on Lawyers for Britney and Nina03's Instagram, but I have not read it, so we'll get through it together, as usual. So this is what we always see, appointment and qualifications. It's basically just Sam Ingham saying, I've been doing this job since February. I was appointed by the court, and I continue to do this job. He gives more of his qualifications in Exhibit A. He also says that no disciplinary action is pending, and nor has one ever been filed against him, and he has professional liability insurance. Also, just kind of like boilerplate. It's just kind of like, you just kind of have to put that in there, I think. Scope of report. The within report, and so remember, this is the report. This document we're reading right now is the report, which may become confusing because we also will be speaking about an accounting report, right? So just make sure to keep those separate. This that we're reading right now is called a report, and the accounting documentation is also called a report, and I will try to do my best to, distinguish those two things. He says this report he's writing right now, we're about to read, concerns the matters currently pending before the court, and it will also address recent developments since the last hearing. And some of this stuff you'll probably already know. I'm a few days behind. This was filed on October 2nd, and today is October 9th. So this was a week ago. So let's see. The following matters are presently set before the court. Okay. So on October 7th, which was 2 days ago, they were supposed to go and do this 12th account current. 12th is like the year, right? Once per year, they have to file an accounting report. And by they, I mean Lou Taylor and TriStar Sports. She is the account reporter. So, Ingham, that's so funny. So this was their 12th year doing it. So it would be called the 12th account current. The report of Jamie Spears and petition for the settlement and approval thereof. Okay. So every year, whenever they give one of these accounting reports, the judge has to settle and approve it. If she sees something super fishy or fraudulent, she's supposed not to approve it, and she's supposed to say, hold on, I need more information. There's also what's called a probate court investigator, and she should also, or he should also be doing that. So that was set to be heard on October 7th. That was 2 days ago. Also was set to be heard, as usual, is a motion to seal the pleadings relating to that account. Of course, the Wiles and the Cohens and the Spears, Jamie, they always are going to want to seal anything because they don't want us to see it. Report of conservator of the estate, which means Jamie Spears, another report, was supposed to be heard 2 days ago. And it was supposed to be settled and approved by the judge. October 14th is whenever Judge Penny is supposed to decide on the petition for associating litigation counsel. Remember how Sam Ingham is supposed to be filing or asking to bring on those litigators? Now, some stuff has happened in the meantime since then, but we're not going to get into it now because I do want to go in chronological order. So let's pretend, we are on October 2nd and we're reading it as if we don't know the recent developments that have happened since then. So that is supposed to be heard on October 14th. Then the big Mac Daddy of all court proceedings, what is supposed to be heard on November 10th? It's supposed to be whether to appoint the probate conservator called Bessemer. Remember, Britney and Sam put that together and said that they wanted to bring in Bessemer Trust. Another thing they're supposed to hear on November 10th is, the petition for appointment of Andrew Wallet. Well, if you watch my most recent live, you see that they actually, you can just cross a big X through this. She's not going to hear this anymore. It has been withdrawn, right? And then number 3 will be the motion to seal. Again, we're always going to see a motion to seal pleadings related to the petition for appointment of co-conservator. But again, cross this out because this is moot. Jamie has withdrawn his petition to put Free Britney LA is here. OMG. Yes. Hey Kevin. Hey Sloan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, huge, big legend energy. Oh my goodness. What are y'all coming to my lowly video for? I'm so excited. Anyway, so number 2 and number 3 are moot at this point. It means, they're not going to happen because this petition about the appointment of co-conservator Andrew Wallet is withdrawn. It doesn't exist anymore. So the things that we're for sure going to hear, and again, this isn't the full story because there's more documents, but we're just going to act as if this is the only document we have right now. So right now, as far as October 2nd was concerned, really the only thing left that was going to be litigated on November 10th was just whether to appoint Bessemer. Okay. And this is a lot of moving parts. So if you don't understand or you can't keep track of exactly what she's supposed to hear on November 10th, that's okay. There's probably literally lists, but we can go over it at the end of all of these videos. I think I have 2 or 3 more videos to make on documents. So don't worry, we will get to all of them. Then on November 17th, there's supposed to be an order to show cause, about the 12th account, but he's saying, presumably this is not going to be on the calendar because the accounting has been filed. So this is just kind of also just don't worry about that. So now he's going to get into what the whole argument at the 10-7. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Free Britney. Okay. Free Britney LA. Thank you, Kevin, for the clarification. I'm pretty sure he was actually in the courtroom. Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But Free Britney LA is saying the whole argument at the hearing on October 7th was about whether number 3 is moot. Okay? Let's see. All right. That's this one right here. And apparently, oh, you're welcome, Billy. I'm so excited to see you here. So cool. So according to Free Britney LA, apparently one of Jamie's lawyers, who is Gerald Cohen, said that it is moot. But Sam, who is Britney's lawyer, wants Judge Penny to actually declare whether or not it is moot. So seems like, according to Free Britney LA, this may actually end up being something that is discussed on November 10th. And what this is motion to seal these pleadings related to the petition for appointment of Andrew Wallet. I thought that it was moot, or I thought that it didn't need to be talked about because the underlying petition had been withdrawn. But Sam, I guess, wants Judge Penny once and for all to say, stop trying to seal this shit, I guess. Over with. Okay, Billy answered me. Haha. Moot means forget it. Yeah, moot. M-O-O-T. Thank you, Billy. Moot means there's no point in actually talking about it because the events giving rise to talk, like the things that made it worth talking about, no longer exist, right? Like, I can't think of any exact subject for uncertainty, right? Okay, thank you. Wait, Lou Taylor was in here? No, I'm not. I don't think Lou Taylor was, but one of her alleged Fenstas was. Yeah, so I just blocked it so it can't see my stuff anymore. Okay, so let's finally get to the substance of this thing, which is the objections. Britney will be filing written objections to the account, which is basically Lou Taylor's Excel spreadsheet that says how Britney's money was spent, essentially, which runs over 200 pages. The unredacted version was lodged with this court on August 10th, 2020, but was not served. So it was lodged with the court in August, but wasn't given to Sam until September 15th. And he's saying, look, listen, the sheer volume of these transactions, I need some more time to complete my review of the account and then prepare formal written objections. So that makes sense. What are these and then B, opposition to sealing motion. Okay, so he does not want this sealed, right? So if you remember, it's hard to keep track of. But there are two motions for sealing that are mentioned in this report so far. The first motion for sealing that was mentioned had to do with the accounting, right? They want to seal any hearing notes that have, or transcripts that have to do with talking about the accounting. They also want to seal any notes that have to do with talking about Andrew Wallet being appointed as co-conservator. Okay, so she'll be filing an opposition to the motion to seal the account information, right? The thing that Lou Taylor puts together is the account report. Britney's going to be filing an opposition to that. She wholeheartedly supports the sealing of the account to the extent that it actually relates to or reveals trade secrets, proprietary information, attorney-client communication, medical and personal information related to her and her minor children. Okay, so basically what Sam is saying is, yeah. Every time they come through here, they're always talking about, proprietary information, trade secrets, kids, health information. And Sam Ingham's saying, yeah, okay, she agrees with that part. But anything that doesn't deal with that, that has nothing to do with her. See? The redacted version of the account blacks out all or part of dozens, if not hundreds of transactions without any indication of the basis, right? So basically they went through with a black Sharpie and just started crossing stuff out. And Sam is saying, I'm not so sure we actually believe that those are all proprietary information, medical information. We want to see the full thing and then we can decide what needs to be redacted. So Sam is saying, I'm going to need additional time to compare the redacted and unredacted accountings. And he said that it's over 200 pages. And y'all know he don't have any kind of legal assistant or paralegal. He works out of a one man office. He needs more time. Somebody get this man some Adderall while we're at it. I'm just kidding. Based on this comparison, he said he will file a limited opposition to the account sealing motion, which identifies the specific items that should not be redacted. Okay, so basically he's saying, I need to go and look at all this crap that they've done marked out with Sharpie and see if they're actually telling the truth. Collateral issues. Collateral issues means maybe this isn't the main issue, but it's also still an issue and it has to get settled. In his reply to Conservatives' opposition to Conservator's motion to seal, hold on, let me read the sentence first. James raised for the first time the following two legal issues that have an impact far beyond the scope of the motion to seal itself. Okay. So basically, I know, Billy, who doesn't love Target? Britney really does love going to Target. And you know what? I stand. I prefer Walmart because I think it's cheaper. However, Target does have some stuff that is cute. Okay, so basically, so there was this. Do y'all remember the document that Britney filed? It was one of the very first ones where Sam started getting sassy, called the conservatees' opposition to Jamie's motion to seal. So Jamie was like, hey, let's seal everything. And it was the first time Sam came out and said, nah, bruh, we're not sealing anything. So Jamie filed a reply to that. And I know it's so hard to keep up with all of these documents now, but if you can remember that, that's the document he's talking about right here. So he's saying, so that was filed September 9th. And that was when he was trying to seal the wallet appointment hearing. Whenever they were supposed to talk about Andrew Wallet, Jamie wanted all of that stuff to be hidden and behind closed doors. And it said, and Sam is saying, in that document, Jamie raised for the first time ever 2 legal issues. And those legal issues are going to have a huge impact on this litigation. And the impact is going to exceed the scope of just this one motion to seal. And he's calling those the collateral issues. Now we're about to talk about what those 2 issues are. The first one, the role of the conservator of the person. Okay. If you remember who is the conservator of the person right now, it is, wait, what did Billy say? Target got style, not mad at Target. No, yes, they absolutely do. I agree. And it's very cute fall decorations. So if you remember, the conservator of the person is Jody Paez Montgomery, at least until 2021, February of 2021. So Jamie said in that motion, the motion to seal was filed to take the precautionary step to allow for Jody Montgomery, it says, temporary conservator of the person, but we're talking about Jody, to assert Britney's personal privacy rights. To date, Jody has not opposed the motion to seal. So y'all remember that, right? Whenever I was so mad, I know, I agree that is one of my best videos yet, because I was so mad that day and just sassy, and I just wanted to take it out on anyone, but I know that that's mean. So I took it out on Jamie Spears' lawyers. But yeah, so in there, they were talking about Jody Montgomery trying to assert Britney's privacy rights. And if y'all remember, I was saying, like, that's not Jody Montgomery's job. Jody Montgomery's job is to make sure there's like food in the house, and, Britney is taking her medications as prescribed and stuff like that. Like, her job is not to assert Britney's privacy rights. That is either Britney's job or Britney's lawyer's job. And I don't even think Montgomery is a lawyer. And so in that motion to seal, Jamie and his lawyers were basically like, hey, the reason we're filing the motion to seal is to give Jody time to say she wants it sealed. It's like, that just doesn't make sense. And I remember that we talked about that during that video, so I'm glad he's bringing it up here. The second issue that is going to go far beyond the scope of just this one motion that Jamie had brought up in that opposition, or in the reply to Britney's opposition to, seal the record, is this: the role of the conservatee. If you remember, the conservatee means Britney, right? If you see conservatee, that means Britney. So this is the quote. Sorry, let me scoop my chair up. I'm getting y'all seasick. Yeah, I agree, Billy. I don't think that Britney has a problem with transparency either at this point. Yes, Britney the Sagittarius, I completely agree. It is proof. Oh shoot, I lost your comment. Wait. Proof that they think a conservator's job is to control. 100%. Yes. 100%. Yes. And I hope that that's where Sam's going with this. I haven't read it, but I really do hope that's where he's going with this. Okay. So the role of conservatee, which means Britney. Okay. And now this quote means he's taking a quote from that Jamie's motion to seal, having to pertain to the wallet petition back in the day. It was filed in September. We've had like 25 documents since then. If you're confused, don't worry. Go back and watch the rest of my videos, and you'll probably get up to speed. So this is a quote from there. The opposition, and that would be Sam Ingham, he's referring to Sam Ingham, does not include any admissible evidence, notwithstanding allegations, that Ms. Spears strongly believes it is consistent with good public policy and in her best interest to deny the motion to seal, and that she is adamantly opposed to it. So y'all remember that Sam Ingham said these things, right? That Britney strongly believes it is in her best interest and it's good public policy, and she's opposed to it. Y'all remember that, right? And Lisa McCarley was on that live, and she said, maybe Sam should have filed some kind of declaration with Britney's signature on it that actually showed evidence and proof that Britney did think that, and it wasn't just like a lawyer saying that. And in my opinion, and listen, Lisa is a real lawyer. I have, still not passed the bar yet. I don't know what I made on it yet and any of that. So I definitely would listen to her. However, for me, like, what I thought was weird was like, isn't a lawyer allowed to speak on behalf of their client? Like, they were so mad, Jamie and them were so mad that he did that, but they were like, oh, he just says, they called Sam speaking on behalf of Britney an allegation. And that didn't sit right with me. Anyway, so now these are going to be Sam's words. Counsel for James and Britney, so all the lawyers on both sides stipulated at the last hearing that the wallet appointment sealing motion, so that the judge wouldn't decide on whether to seal the Andrew Wallet stuff until November 10th, basically. An adverse ruling on either or both of the collateral issues would defeat or substantially impair my ability to represent Britney's interests as I'm required to do by law. Therefore, it is crucial that these... Hold on, let me just get through this. Okay, so basically Sam is saying, listen, these two issues, I need the judge to tell us. And that's exactly what Kevin, Free Britney LA, was saying. Thank you. Yep, you foreshadowed. And that was... What's the role of the conservator of the person? What is Jody Montgomery's role? And what is Britney's role in this process? I'm saying, I need Judge Penny to tell me, because I'm not going to be able to do this case. I'm not going to be able to represent Britney's interests as I am required to do by law, unless I get a clear answer one way or the other. Okay. And he is saying that should all be ruled as part of the November 10th, 2020 hearing. Y'all, that is going to be a spicy court date. So then he goes on to his recommendations, and he says, I think, and remember, this is just a report. This is just basically him writing a letter to the judge, essentially. He's saying, based on what I just told you, and on behalf of Britney, I recommend that this court continue the account and the account sealing motion to meet the Bessemer appointment petition. So basically, don't decide on this today. Don't decide on the account stuff today, whether to seal the record or even anything about the account, until we all of it, just let's hear it all together. Because I'm going to need you to tell me how you're going to rule on certain things in order to get this case going the way, that I'm required to by law. Then he says, number 2, or B, establish a briefing schedule for those two issues that will provide for them to be decided as part of the wallet appointment hearing. Okay, so basically, like, put it on the schedule that we're going to be determining what's the role of Jody and what's the role of Britney in this conservatorship. And then he dates this one. Also, this one is the same date as the document that was filed by Jamie and them withdrawing Andrew Wallet's petition. And that is October 2nd. Signed by Sam Ingham. And this is just this run-of-the-mill verification, as usual. I've read the whole thing. Every lawyer has to do this, right? I read all this. I did my due diligence. I declare under penalty of perjury. It's true. And then we've seen this before. I'm not going to read it all, but it's basically like Sam telling us how, good he is at everything. I'm a certified specialist. I've written some books and done, some other things or whatever. So yeah, that is the second document that was filed on October 2nd, and I think that Judge Penny is Free Britney LA here. I think that Judge Penny did say she's going to push it back. Okay. What is the question? A lot of y'all are saying, good question. It's a private one. Let me see. Let me scroll up and see if I can. Why is he stepping up this time? Why not before? I don't know. It's a private one. I have a few theories about that. I think it's possible that he, even giving Sam like the fullest benefit of the doubt, he probably maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just speculating. But maybe he thought, oh, well, it's Britney's dad. how bad could it be? Like, he obviously knows better than me, and he's also busy and stuff like that. It's possible he was kind of okay with all of this stuff, and then the Free Britney movement kind of started dragging him, and he was like, hold on, like, I don't want to get, like, dragged through the mud because of this clan of hillbilly criminals. Like, let me start doing something. It's also possible that Lynn Spears' involvement started to wake him up. So it's just, there's so many reasons why he's acting right and now that he hasn't in the past, but that does not in any way, in my opinion, absolve him from not doing his job for 12 years. I really do like his tenacity and his sass lately, but that does not give, him a free pass to not answer for the fact that he never has done this before. And some people are even saying Britney herself did not want to make any of these waves until recently, and it is possible that that is true, that Britney herself has only just started saying, you know what, no, let's take a stand. It's possible. And I think probably, like, someone else's live would be a better place to, like, get that type of a speculation, because, like, a lot of people have been around longer than me to be able to speculate on that type of thing. But I do think it's an excellent question, and it does bear discussion. Britney the Sagittarius, Ryan, so wild everyone's exact job specifications weren't clearly established from the jump. I agree, and honestly, they are established. The roles of a conservator of a person are clearly established either by statute or by law. And I think that Jamie's lawyers are just playing, cat and mouse to keep this going and to keep the fees coming in. Throwing, anything at the wall to see if it sticks. So Free Britney LA, Kevin, thank you for confirming. Kevin says that Sam Ingham's request that we just read, now that's a week old, on the 7th was granted. And so she will be, Judge Penny will be doing, taking the steps that Sam asked for in this petition or in this report. I think it was the restraining order that triggered all this. Maybe before she wasn't ready and didn't feel she had a path forward, but her conservator getting a RO was a big deal. Warrior Lori, that is an excellent point, and I agree with that too. Judge Penny has since agreed with the recommendations in this report, so that is promising. Thank you, Free Britney LA. Billy B, yeah, let's support him. He's doing what's right now. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm in support of him continuing to do what he has been doing the last few weeks. Full support. I think he's doing a great job, all things considered, and rolling with the punches and, being as sassy as you can be in a legal writing, which, I personally love. Britney the Sagittarius, perhaps Britney didn't fight because she didn't think it was worth it and would go nowhere. That is also true. And I could totally see why she would feel that way, just based on how it seems from our, limited perspective that she is treated. Hillbilly criminals. Ryan, my thoughts, agree with Ryan. They're fighting back now, and that's what matters. Yeah, that's true. They are. Things are worse than he thought, and he is following his client. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think he probably also just didn't realize. It's possible he didn't realize the full extent of everything, and kind of like had a lot of other stuff going on. That's why she stopped performing. She wants to show she is done. I agree. I agree. Also, remember, Sam is only here because they said Britney couldn't hire her own lawyer. That's true, too. Britney hiatus. Agreed. I think she gave up 2 years in the sea ship, but this past year, a fire under her ass to come back. Love the Free Britney community. Britney is a fighter. Billy, how can we support Britney right now if she doesn't have communication? Can she still follow the support? Yeah, Billy. Someone, Jen O'Neill 89 is asking, how can we best support Britney right now if she doesn't have communications? And Jen O'Neill saying, can she still follow the support? Yep, attorneys do cat and mouse, Billy. Don't I know it? It's a game of strategies and a game of keeping your head above water. And unfortunately, a lot of corrupt lawyers just want to do as much as they can do, not to help their client, but to bill more hours. I won't make any, allegations here, but y'all can decide which camp Jamie Spears' lawyers fall in, if they're actually trying to help Britney Spears or if they're trying to make more in fees. It's like chess. Every single move has to be the right one. That's right. And that is why when people ask me, hey, why doesn't she just file in the conservatorship? There's lots of reasons. One reason is that she probably has no idea where most of her money is. She's got to get these people to cooperate with her, turn over the reins. And if she doesn't know where her money is, how is she going to afford lawyers to fight against them whenever they're inevitably going to say, well, you have to prove your competence. And they're going to use everything she's ever done and said against her in a court to show that she's not competent. It really is a chess game, and it's a long game. And you know what? It sucks and I hate it, but it just is. It's just how it is. They would not let her testify. Matt O'Brien said they wouldn't let her testify in the case brought by Elizabeth Arden. That was in like 2011, 2012 era. And now they want her to testify to prolong their game. Yeah, and we're going to get, we're going to get to that document too, either today or tomorrow. I'm going to do as many of these today as I can. Probably, I do have to go meet my boyfriend's like cousin for lunch and stuff like that. But we're going to get to that too, where they want her to come in and testify. Billy, in your opinion matters so much. Aw. Pray for Ingham's hand. It's tired from all this bitch slapping Britney the Sagittarius. I was in an abusive, Warrior Lori said she was in an abusive marriage for years, but when he turned on her kid, she was done. Restraining order the very next day. That's it. Maybe it was the kid. Yeah, like, because I know that Jamie has a restraining order against him by both of Britney's children. He can't even see them for another couple years. TMZ is about spin. Billy B. Yes, I agree. Watch the surprise witness, not TMZ exactly, because I'm just going to read the court documents. Berenice Anderson says, Bernice, sorry. Do you think the conservatorship will end? Nancy Grace said no. Oh, well, if Nancy Grace said it. No, I'm just kidding. I think the conservatorship of the person will definitely end. I think it's possible Britney won't even fight the conservatorship of the estate as long as like a real firm is in charge of it. But I absolutely think that Britney's wishes for Jamie to be removed from conservatorship of her estate, I do think that will happen. I do think that will happen. Now, will it happen in November? No, I have no idea. But I do think that will happen. I hope the conservatorship will end completely. Billy B said, Britney contacted him and she's fine. So is her phone back on, or she used someone else's? You don't actually have to answer that if it's going to put her at risk or something, but just wondering. Free Britney Art, Ingham must be the most patient person ever enduring all this fuckery in court. I agree. Do you think Andrew chose to step down or James told him to? Ooh, that's a good question, Free Britney Toronto. He it might have just been a team effort. They might have all had a come to Jesus meeting, as they do, and said, you know what, just like statistically, you're probably like not going to be appointed anyway. Like, what's the point of all this? Like, let's just like move on to the next thing. But it's also completely possible that he was like, I'm getting out of here. It's also possible that Jamie made him. The lawyer didn't literally mean in a coma. He meant she's in that mental state where people can sign for her. I don't know what that is a reference to. Billy B, someone is asking you when you talk to her. Britney is in a legal situation. Yes, Free Britney Toronto. Britney is in a legal situation that prevents her from legally signing for herself. That is true. It is not a physical situation, right? It's not like she's incapacitated to pick up a pen and sign. It's that legally she has been declared incompetent to sign. Billy B says he cannot post about her being in touch. Okay, perfect. Okay, so how about, none of y'all run off and say, oh, Billy B, you talked to Britney, blah, 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 because they took her phone last time, and so just don't, according to Billy, like, turned her phone off or something. So just don't, like, run off and tell that, but, like, know within this, group. That's good. Understood. Thank you, Billy. She texted me last night. Okay, cool. She's smart. Yeah, she is smart. She probably has lots of phones stashed. That's funny. That would be funny if she just had... Did y'all see that Paris Hilton documentary? She has like 47 MacBooks. I'm like, girl, what are you doing with all the computers? I love that. I love that documentary, and I have a brand new love for Paris Hilton too. She's a smart badass. TMZ is trash. Yeah, I know. They are. Fake news. TMZ is fake news. Thank you for letting us know, Billy B. Understood, Billy. Glad to hear she's doing okay. She'd rather top people deal with it who are qualified. Yeah. Please don't say anything about what Billy said. Our queen is so smart. What do you mean she doesn't know where her money is? I mean that, like, a lot of her money is probably in, like, wait, what's happening here? Sorry, I, like, pressed something on accident. Can y'all still hear me? I'm saying because Jamie and Lou Taylor and Jen Z 56. Oh, Jess and Z 56. Sorry. Because Lou Taylor and all these other people have been in charge of her money for so long, just moving it from place to place, account to account, investor to investor, from Stonebridge, Merrill Lynch, all these places, like, Britney Spears has no actual way to, like, know where a lot of that money, not any, but a lot of that money is. I mean, she gets allotted an allowance. I don't know what the allowance is now. I've heard numbers ranging from $1,000 a week to $4,000 a week. I don't really know exactly how much she's getting, but it's not like she has access to all her money. Obviously, that's the point of this conservatorship. So she's going to need them to cooperate with her and cooperate with the new conservator of the estate, Bessemer Trust Company, in order to locate where a substantial amount of that money is. And if she just files to end the conservatorship, like, who knows what's going to happen to all that stuff. I wonder why she hasn't seen Jaden. I don't know, maybe like coronavirus. She saw her boys for their birthday. Oh, good. Please don't believe in all the theories, okay? Vampney, isn't TMZ an interested party in the sea ship? So I found something out about that. It's just because you're an interested party on those on the court website doesn't mean that you're an interested party for purposes of the conservatorship. They are an interested party because they had requested to go into the courtroom a few times for different aspects of the case. And I think that's the only reason they show up as an interested party, because if you look, there are other media companies that show up as interested party. I don't think that they're, like, that important. They don't have that much clout. But I absolutely do think that per Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' mom's leaked emails from 2009, Jamie Spears, she alleged against Jamie Spears that he had paid TMZ specifically to make post articles and stories about Britney Spears that were necessarily, like, dehumanizing or embarrassing or that would hurt her image. And so, Lynn Spears, Jamie Spears' ex-wife, actually accused him of that in an email that was leaked. So I do think that there's some type of I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Billy B. Nancy Grace is a bitch. That's funny. I agree. Somewhere was in disbelief TMZ would have been interested party before her mom even was. I hope she's fully free. If she has a professional who is bonded and legit, she can focus her energies on her life, her kids, her career. Go surprise witness. Exactly. Oh, Billy B can't answer that. I don't know who asked him. They needed to make the case, Free Britney LA, they needed to make the case that Bessemer is too expensive. Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's why Wallet withdrew. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Free Britney LA said Team Sea Ship had to make the case that Bessemer Trust Company was too expensive. But it was really difficult for them to be able to make that case while at the same time they were trying to get Andrew Wallet's expensive ass to come back in, who was making nearly nearly $500,000 a year. He was making $400 and something thousand a year. So that makes sense. Thanks, Free Britney LA. So glad you're on this chat. Billy, I don't talk about the legal stuff that much. We try to talk about the fun stuff. Good. Let's see. Leanne, new sign. TMZ, don't have a clue. Britain Sagittarius, you're so funny. Ticket here and only here. Don't put them at risk. Yeah. I know you're super busy. Wish you could do a podcast. Maybe another video with Sloan. Oh my God, the video with Sloan was so fun. I would definitely do another one. Oh, what's illegal, Billy B? I missed it. Britney has a legal juggernaut in her corner. She can rely on him. Britney watched it. Britney watched something. I don't know what she watched. Oh, Britney watched the video with Sloan? Oh my God, that would be so, oh my God. My biggest, fantasy is, Britney Spears sees something I posted. We miss you, genius. Oh, thank you. Hopefully I don't have to go away to study for the bar exam again. Y'all, that bar exam kicked my bleep. Whew. That was such a hard test, y'all. I literally almost cried during the test, and the only reason I didn't is because I was being video monitored by this, like, Big Brother AI proctor. Like, video recorded the whole time. The only reason I didn't cry during the bar exam is because I was being video recorded, but I would have cried. I wanted to leave. So I hope I passed. Haha. Billy B, she knows she's loved. That's awesome. I always wonder what Britney thinks about her Instagram comments. Did y'all see? It's a private one. Did you see her recent post on Instagram saying, like, oh my God, I love my Instagram comments, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was so sweet. I hope it's real. I hope she really does see it. I hope Bessemer looks into it. Oh, you're welcome. Investigate Lou at TriStar at Stonebridge. I agree. Let's not worry about anyone who isn't willing to speak. Yeah. I was wondering about Madonna. I've never seen her speak against this. Yeah. I don't hear anything about her, though, honestly. Like, she doesn't talk much, does she? Okay, Free Britney Art says, correct me if I'm wrong. I saw yesterday Meaner posted some of the receipts of TriStar having a different name than Stonebridge, too. Ooh, I'll have to go look into that. Britney Sagittarius. Only a few media. Oh, my gosh. Companies listed as interested party, and TMZ requests approve more than others. That is fishy. That is fishy, Britney the Sagittarius. Whoever's helping now is the main thing. There's many reasons. Somebody offered to send me a tripod one time, and I feel like I should just, like, do everyone a favor and buy a tripod, because, like, I'm so wobbly. But, like, at this point, it's kind of my brand, right? She doesn't have a clue. Hollywood is like a cult, people. Yeah, it seems like it, huh, Leo? I'm surprised, considering Cher has said a lot, that Madonna was like a mother to her. True. Free Britney Toronto, good point. Legal costs are only expensive when Britney needs it. I hope that if she's talking to any celeb, they eventually speak out like Billy. Yeah, Paris kind of spoke out a little bit. Billy B. Makeup said Free Britney LA is smart. I agree. One of the smartest. Karam Deo. Haha. So funny, Ryan. Billy B. Tell Britney everyone is rooting for her, and I mean everyone. Yeah, we are definitely rooting for her. Oh, Free Britney Art said Madonna has said that she feels empathetic toward Britney for growing up in the spotlight and not letting her have a chance of growing up because Madonna had that chance before fame. Girl, you need a podcaster. What is a podcaster? Leanne said she's on it. TMZ don't have a clue. Protest poster coming up. Oh, Billy B. Makeup, taking the phone is illegal. Right. Did they take the phone or they just disconnected the phone? I mean, not that it's one is better or worse. They're both awful, and they're both, rude and horrible and unconscionable. She sees a lot, y'all. Good. The good and the bad. So y'all need to stop being mean to her kids. You should have cried. No, Dennis. I don't want to cry. Of course it's illegal. He's not the person's conservator. He's not in charge of how her finances only know. Right, and that's why I was like, oh, maybe he just didn't pay the phone bill. Aw, Ryan, I cried for you. Proud of you. Thank you. I really hope I don't have to take this test again, y'all. Do you know I still have to take another test? Like, I had to take the Universal Bar exam, and now I have to take one for the New York Law exam. Oh, it's just test after test. Like, what does getting a degree even mean anymore if you have to keep on doing all these tests? Madonna did have the Human Nature video with Britney during Sticky and Sweet tour. Guys, we need to make this movement bigger and more powerful. I know, we have to just keep on doing what we can do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a live. Let me finish it up. Okay, well, I told y'all that I had to go to lunch, so it seems as though I'm being summoned. And so Billy B said it's complicated and she loves her family, so when people attack them, it's hurtful. Yeah, oh, you mean like Jamie Lynn and stuff? Look, Billy, I'm so sorry. Like, if Britney Spears gets upset that I attack her father's lack of qualifications and teeth, I really am sorry, but I may continue to do it. But I do think it probably would be sad. Like, it's a weird, complicated, like, traumatic relationship, I'm sure. But, okay, well, I'm about to go eat lunch, and I am going to try to do at least one more of these documents because I want to catch up in case any new documents come out. I can go back to being like on top of things. I'm so happy that, especially today, Free Britney LA was here, Billy B was here, and Britney Sagittarius was here. All y'all really helped to fill in the blanks of things that I had missed over the last week or two. So, that was really helpful. Thank y'all. And I'm so excited to be getting back into the movement, and hopefully I don't have to take the bar exam again. Haha. I will see you guys. Billy B. He's a dick for sure. She knows that. Okay. Well, as long as she allows us to say that, then that'll be okay. All right. Well, I'll see y'all later. It was really fun. Excited to be back. And we'll do another document maybe later tonight or tomorrow. Bye.